about ready to go, guys? Anybody else coming in? Yeah, that's it. Coming in. Give us just a second, Coach. But in the meantime, congratulations, girls. You're in the state finals, and that'll be Friday. Just make any opening comments you want to make, Coach, and then we'll open up the questions. But again, congratulations. You do such a great job.
Hey, first opening comment I want to make is all thanks and glory go to God. We played Childersburg, and they're a tough team, man. They really are. My hat's off to them, and Coach made me do everything I think I could think of in my repertoire, and the good Lord found favor in us, and we were able to get a win, and I'm just glad we were able to get a win.
Girls, whenever you ask a question, be sure to talk into that mic, and if you want to take it off, take it out and pass it back and forth, you can do that. Questions?
Yeah, Eddie, and I know the history in here hadn't been really kind to you the last 5 or 6 years or so. After all the tough ones that you have had, you finally feel like you deserve something good to happen to you in a close game in the Final Four?
Absolutely. I mean, I want to win probably better than anyone here, but even if I don't win, I'm still going to honor God, and the ball just bounced our way. We came out, and Coach had already alluded to some things that he was going to do. He wasn't bashful about it, and he did those things. And one of the things was a boxing one. And a lot of times when people play on this physical stage, you kind of get a little bit of stage fright, and I'm always worried about that. We were able to fight through, and that's what happened to us. We just kind of started turning the ball over, and got 8-point lead, and we just couldn't capitalize on it. And in order to be a great team, you got to be able to put teams like that away. And Childersburg played an excellent game. I mean, my hat's off to them. They tough.
Eddie, what adjustments did you make, and how did you 1 for 11 in the first quarter? How did you all kind of play your way out of that funk?
Well, here's the deal. I told them that we didn't need to come out trying to force it. A lot of times, unless you get a boxing one, and we'll just get Alicia centered. We want to just throw the ball to her, and she has to trust her teammates. And then we have to run the plays. I kept calling the play where we were supposed to get the ball down to the block, but I couldn't get either one of them to go to the block. They kept coming to the free throw line, so I knew it was the bright lights that was getting them, and they didn't even hear me. I mean, and we were supposed to be pressing because I knew Childersburg didn't have the win that we had, looking at them on film. So that's one of our total attack methods. I mean, we're gonna run you, and Kiana's at the top of the corner. I could never get her in the press. It took me 4 trips to get her in the press, and we didn't do some of the things that we do in practice, but it's partly because Childersburg was putting the pressure on us. We just didn't get into it, and I think they thought it was gonna be a little bit easier than what it actually was.
Coach, you said sometimes you guys get Alicia centric, but at the end it was clear you guys wanted to get the ball to her.
Absolutely.
Just talk about the strategy there and then her ability to make them at the end.
Well, she's the best free throw shooter on the team. We do a drill in practice where if a person makes 10 in a row, we hold the ball and see how many they can make. And she had made up to 60 free throws, 60, 69 free throws in one practice. And I have to just call it off and say, hey, we're going to practice. But one of the things I work with her, and a lot of times it may come off wrong, but she have all the physical tools to be a collegiate player. But it's the mental aspect, like when I played ball at the end of the game, coach didn't have to tell me to go get the ball. I'm going to get it because I know I'm going to make my free throws. And sometimes I have to force them to do some of those things, and it seems a little bit tough, but in order to play at the next level, that's what you have to do. You have to find your opponent's weaknesses and attack. And she clearly the best free throw shooter, and I wanted the ball in her hands so that she, and I believe she went 6 for 6 right there at the end, and that's what we wanted. I wanted some breathing room, because if you let a team like that hang around and they started getting confidence, they'll beat you.
Alicia and Eddie too, but I'll start with Alicia. I thought one of the key plays down the stretch was you wound up on the floor after trying to drive the basket down there, and then came back and got the steal that led to the free throws. Can you take us through that play, and then Eddie, kind of your view of it from the sideline?
I had shot the ball right, and I fell on the ground. Coach told me to go back and play, so I ran back and backed out like we learned in practice. So.
She didn't see you coming, I don't believe, did she?
Now, from a coaching point of view, that's one of the things I get on her about. She did get knocked down on the plate. But she laid there feeling sorry for herself. And I had to get on her, make her get up, and then she gets up and go back and make a great play, which end up with us getting, getting a bucket out of it or getting some free throws. But those are the things that I coach them. It's the little bitty things. It's the little bitty things that you do that adds up to the big thing. And I tell them, don't look at the clock, don't look in the crowd. Those are the big things. Look at the little bitty things, the back taps, the diving on the floor, the free throws and things like that. The deflections. Those are what enable you to win a championship.
Question right here.
Yes, sir.
Alicia, just how confident, how did you feel when you went to the line there at the end because you knew they were pivotal?
My confidence had went down at first because I wasn't making my free throws in the beginning. But once the first two went in, my confidence went back up. And I knew I had to make it because they were crucial. They're important.
Kiana, would you speak to the way that you played today? I think it was another big double-double. After, I think, Asia got in early foul trouble, you were the post that was in the game. Helped maintain things, did things inside that keep you in the lead when you had to lead, rebound and blocking shots. Just how well did you think you played today, and how well do you feel you had to play under all the circumstances?
Well, I knew I had to play, and at first, out of all honesty, I was kind of nervous. I was trying to calm down because my adrenaline, how you start playing, my adrenaline was rushing. So Coach was like, calm down. I said, Coach, I'm calm. He said, no, you're not. I finally calmed down and got in the rhythm of doing things because I think it was very important. It was close at first.
To all three players, you were all here last year. What lessons did you learn from that experience? What do you take forward into this game, and just speak to how much it would mean to you guys to bring that first state championship to Anniston?
Never give up. Even though we was down, we seen that we was down, but we never gave up. So never give up.
What about you girls?
She stole my answer.
Same
To
thing.
never give up.
Well, we don't want that feeling like last year, so we got to get it. We gotta fight.
You don't want? You didn't want?
We didn't want that feeling like last year, so we gotta keep fighting and get it.
Other questions? Well, Coach, listen, welcome to the finals. The reason she stole your answer